What's it like? You got quite a few snaps over there the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's kind of been an interesting, experience. It's been fun. I think it's been, a good way to learn another position. I think the only way really to learn more about your defense is to get thrown into, positions you might not be comfortable with, right off the bat. But it kind of build that comfort over time. And I think it's been fun. And, it'd be nice to have our guys back and not have to be doing that. But it's been nice. It's been a good experience. I've really enjoyed it. And get some of our healthy dudes back.
The fact that you've been working more with DBs this year, has that helped you, make that transition or fill that void a little bit?
It definitely helped, because last year, if I had been kind of thrown into that, I would have been like, well, I can tell you what the Mike and Will do. Do you guys want to throw me into that position? But when you're working with all the DBs, when you take your DB, we take tests and stuff. And so when you take your test, you have to be able to fill out everybody else's responsibility as well. And so that definitely helped with me being able to play that. I think we maybe simplified it a little bit with me being back there, but I think that it definitely helped being with the DBs all the time.
How's Vallejo doing? I mean, he's taking some snaps at nickel. You're in a normal spot.
Yep. He's doing good. He's doing a really good job. He's playing that Sam backer like we called it last year. It's the same position as the nickel. But yeah, he's doing a really good job. He's done well this year. I think that's shown up. And, I think proud of how he's been playing.
How do you look at the injuries that have been mounting for you guys, especially in the secondary? I mean, you were the only starter that played last game.
Yeah, I mean, you say starter, but I think some of those guys are, worthy of being, they'd be starting at maybe some other schools that didn't have such experienced secondary type guys. But, Moxie, I think, is a good player that is a starter type guy. Same with Chance, and same with Brian Douglas. Obviously, they've all had starting experience, so I don't really think you say that all our starters are down. But, obviously it'd be great to get, some guys back and get them healthy. And I think we're going to this week, which is something exciting to look forward to.
You mentioned Chancellor. What have you seen out of him? Because last year, he was redshirting, but he was hurt, so he didn't get to do much. How have you seen him kind of develop?
Yeah, Chance has definitely developed a lot. I feel like he spent a lot of time in the film room. He's actually, he's one of the guys that puts together kind of one of our, like a receiver scouting sheet. So he spends a lot of time watching film and puts together a little sheet of what he thinks all the receivers for the other teams are doing. So that's pretty cool, and kind of his way of taking on a leadership type role at a younger age. I think it's really going to enable him to kind of, step into that big role when it's kind of available for him in the next couple of years. And I think obviously he's already stepped into a pretty big role this year.
How's it scouting? How's the sheet look?
Oh, he's funny about it too. He'll throw in some little humor stuff and just some, I don't know, chanceisms. But it's pretty funny, and he does a pretty good job of making sure we know.
He take that upon himself, or is that somebody always have that role? Or?
So last year when he was injured, he was, I guess, bored with meetings, and so he wanted to feel a part of everything and wanted to be able to do stuff, and so he'd make sure to break down week by week each team's receivers, because he had nothing else to do, and he really enjoyed that. And so week 1 this year he didn't do it, and I guess he missed it, and he went back in there and was like, "Coach, do you mind if I do it?" And so he did it again. So it's cool, and something that I think just shows how much time he puts into watching the other team.
Has there been an instance in a game where something he drew up that you kind of?
It's not necessarily stuff he draws up. It's more just like keys and tendencies.
I guess that's what I mean. Has there been a time in a game?
I think there's definitely been stuff, and he shows it to the coaches beforehand, and they kind of agree or disagree. They'll talk about it, but I think that he's been spot on. He spends quite a bit of time watching them, and gives us pretty good tendencies going into the game. So yeah, I definitely think there's stuff from those that have showed up.
You mentioned Tanner obviously came in and played as a true freshman last year and really stepped up this year. What is it that's made him so effective so fast around there?
I think he's a smart football player. I think he's the type of guy that came in, he learned the system really quick. He's able to get thrown into situations he might not be comfortable with like immediately, and he's able to kind of grow and learn them quick. And I think that showed up immediately last year when he was needed all of a sudden. I don't know, game 6 or 7, whatever that was, and he had to come in. He came in and played well. I've been really impressed with Tanner. I think, like I was saying, his smarts, and he's a physical player, a little bit undersized for that Mike position, but definitely not undersized in the way that he hits people.
I remember it was the Nevada game last year that he got his first start, and he tackled somebody on the first 5 plays of the game or something.
Yeah.
What did you guys think when you saw that?
Yeah, I think he laid a pretty good hit last year, his first start. But I think we were impressed with Tanner from when he got into Boise State's program, and I think he's been one of those guys that you can definitely look to in the future to be, a leader going on.
3-7 away from home since the start of last year. What do you guys got to do to turn that around on the road?
You know, it's one of those things where we're spending a lot of time we're not spending a lot of time thinking about the 3-7, but it's something that's kind of been brought to attention now. It's something that we're all kind of locking more into. You know, that's not the way that it's been done here in the past, and so I think it's definitely going to be something that we're buying into. I think we talked a lot about how protecting the blue is something that over the years we've really emphasized, but now how we probably need to emphasize just as much and just as big, our road games or our away games just as much. And so I think that's something that's going to be an emphasis. And I think we're going to look into that more as we go.
Obviously, you look at those games, and a lot of them were bad starts. Getting behind early on. And is there anything you guys can do different to prepare or get mentally ready to go, or try to get off to better starts away from home?
I'd say we just need to make sure that we're locked in from the get-go, making sure that we have the right energy going into it. I don't think that I can put words to exactly what it is we need to do, but slow starts happen. I think that it's something we need to address, and probably an energy thing.
When you look at the Mountain Division race, and I guess just the conference race, how big is this game Saturday, going into the bye, get some momentum back, and kind of not turn one loss into two?
Yeah, no, I think, when you look at any conference race, it's every one of those conference games is really important. The way we're kind of looking at it is just how we were looking at it before the last game. They're all equally important. We need to get in there, and we need to play well. And so you look at it kind of the same way you look at all your conference games. They're all important. They all have the capability of changing the course of the season for you.
Sellout crowd on Saturday. They're hyped up for this game as usual. What are just your thoughts on going down there and that crowd and everything?
Yeah, I'm really excited. My mom actually lives like an hour from there, so that's exciting too. She'll be up there. I think the environment will be really a special one. I've played down there once before. It's definitely a cool environment going to Nevada.
Fans kind to you?
Yeah, the fans are great. No, it's fun. Nevada, the fans down there, they make the environment that much better. It's a lot of fun to play there.
With the Idaho game being gone now, there isn't really that natural rival for Boise State. Is Nevada, Fresno, BYU, or any of these games stand out to you guys as like a rival type game, or are they just not really anybody's replaced that Idaho game? Or?
I never got to experience the Idaho game, so to me, since I've been here, Nevada has been one of our rivals. San Diego State seems like a rival. Fresno State seems like a rival. Fresno State is a rival. So I think that Nevada is definitely one of our rivals now, and the way we look at them like that, and I think they look at us like that. So especially nobody in there has ever played Idaho, and so it's kind of like it's kind of a bummer growing up in Idaho and not getting to play Idaho, but we don't really know what it's like to miss out on playing.
You talked about the course of your season. Do you guys feel like this could be a potential turning point in the season? Coming off a loss, going on the road at rival Nevada, haven't played well on the road. Your starting quarterback came out of the last game. How important is it to kind of come together as a team right now, and how big is this game? Yeah, no,
I think it's a really important game, and I think, like you were saying, it could be looked at kind of as a turning point. I don't think it needs to be looked at as a turning point because I think there's a lot of big games left. I think that we finish up with playing Nevada this week, and then it's straight on to it's not like the schedule gets any easier. Nevada's a really good team, and we're definitely looking forward to the challenge of playing them, and hoping we can come out a lot better and give them a lot better game than what we had last week. So we're just excited really for the opportunity to come back out and play again.
How about Cody Fajardo?
Yeah, he's a special guy. He's a special player. One of those guys that's kind of difficult to deal with because he really has a great arm, makes great decisions back there, and he can run as well. And so another one of those kind of dual threat type quarterbacks that is extremely accurate and knows how to use his targets and uses a variety of targets.
He had all like